Welcome back, comrades. This is Gaming with Austin. And today, we are on episode 49 of the Utopian Community series. This is season 2. Today, heute. How am I, the problem with religion is several religions can conflict with one another. And 10 Commandments tend to be kind of biased. Which is why I tend to criticize religion. Cut. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in the net. The reason I placed that net over there sometimes there's scientific the problem with the second coming of Christ is that it's scientifically not possible to resurrect a dead person. That's the problem. It's scientifically not possible. Unless you can clone them. If I was to get a tattoo, one of those tattoos I might think about getting, I might think about going towards the number of the beast. Because if I was to adhere to a religion, I might think about adhering to Levian Satanism. The existence of God is a heated debate. Some people believe God exists, some people believe God doesn't exist, some people just don't know. What I hate about Saudi Arabia and Iran is that they murder atheists. They murder atheists. This is a problem in our society. They're trying to do everything they can to stay a Muslim state. One method they are doing is natalism. Meaning they're getting people to have as many kids as possible. How? Restricting access to abortion. Some Muslims increase their membership in Islam by killing Christians and forcibly converting them. If you take meat away from a cat, the cat's gonna die. Here's the real reason why nothing is free. Like, the real explanation to why nothing is free is every process must comply with the laws of thermodynamics. It's not because of religion or anything, it's that every process... Yes, Newton is right. Nothing will ever be free. No cosmological process is ever free, because it requires energy. Anything that requires an energy expenditure of any degree of expenditure is not free. The real reason you shouldn't be tipping people is that there's a racist history behind it. Restaurants ordered people to pay tips to ensure the white people stayed rich while the black people stayed poor. It was done to help the white people get super rich, which is not fair for the black people. There's a lot of aspects within human nature that's unethical. I know that some people see greed as good, but really, it's kind of immoral to be greedy. Even if you're an atheist, there is still a moral code you gotta follow. You know, in totalitarian dictatorships, those who don't worship the leader get killed, or sent to a re-education camp. Which means true atheists get arrested. Those who are truly atheists like me will end up getting arrested for not worshipping the leader. One of the heavy metal people that started it all is Rob Halford. Another one is Bruce Dickinson. I call Rob Halford a pioneer in heavy metal. One of the people that started it all, Rob Halford. Rob Halford. forcing your morals onto your cat is just wrong, because cats kill animals to survive. We kill animals out of choice. We humans have a choice whether or not to be greedy. Cats don't have that choice. Because their survival is more important than their compassion. Forcing your morals onto... You shouldn't force your ideology onto an animal that doesn't have a choice. Most domesticated animals can go vegetarian. But cats, they can't. They just can't. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they cannot. Because they don't have the physiology to digest plant material. When you let your cat go outside, they're gonna hunt. Sometimes they'd bring home a present for you. Just like what happened with my German teacher's cat. She decided to bring home a present for him. The real reason why you shouldn't force your morals onto your cat is that they do not have a choice whether or not to go vegan. My explanation to why it's so hard. You can't just force your morals onto your cat. Because cats don't have that choice. We humans have a choice whether or not to be greedy. Cats don't have that choice. Yes, a lot of aspects within human nature tend to be kind of disputed when it goes to our morals. Greed is not entirely part of human nature. A lot of it's taught. Sometime over the course of several years into the future, eventually, if climate change gets worse, then World War III will end up breaking out. But instead of it being mainly caused by militarism, it would be caused by resource shortage. Basically, World War III would probably be a war over resources, like especially food and water. A human would need about they need about 7,760 square feet. 500 square feet would go towards shelter, while the rest would go towards food and water. A human can go a couple of weeks without food, but you can only go 3 days without water before irreversible damage happens. There are people out there who need to eat a lot just to survive. When you basically eat so little that your body starts going into its fat reserves, even though I'm not a Christian, a lot of my... Some of my morals tend to be kind of influenced by religion. Even though I'm an atheist. Like, the problem with thou shalt not kill is it tends to be kind of biased. Like, the problem with religion is that their commandments tend to be kind of biased. That's the problem. Which is why I tend to criticize religion. Once I reach episode 666 of the entire series, I might think about playing the song called Number of the Beast. Yes, I love Iron Maiden. If you're asking me. I listen to their music a lot. A bit. There are some super religious people out there that oppose the death penalty, like Pope Francis. I personally oppose the death penalty, as it's just immoral. One of the problems we have with the internet is that there are people out there recording videos of themselves crushing small animals for the sexual pleasure of their viewers. This is just horrifying. It is pretty bad. They don't just crush kittens and puppies. Sometimes they'd crush hamsters, mice, rats, and sometimes they'd even crush wild animals too. Like squirrels. Some of the aspects of human nature tend to be kind of cruel. Like, religion is that their 10 Commandments tend to be... for Christians and Jewish people, their 10 Commandments tend to be kind of biased. That's the problem. With Muslims, a lot of it has to do with the way women are treated. And the controversial animal sacrifice that happens in Saudi Arabia during the pilgrimage to Mecca. You know, in the Middle East, a Christian man is not allowed to marry a Muslim. They're doing it as a way to prevent the population of Muslims from dropping. Eventually, we may see the rise of Muslims. Like, Muslims are on the rise. Eventually, the denomination of Christians would fall. Then, once Muslims dominate the world, eventually the amount of the congregation, Islamic congregation would fall too. Muslims would share the same fate as Christians, with atheists going on the rise. The first signs that atheism is growing is look at South Korea. Look at South Korea. Atheists tend to dominate South Korea. The problem with owning a gun why we need to take our guns away. My reason on why we should do it, my critique on why we need to do it is to deter hunting. You shouldn't force your morals onto... You know, we humans have a choice whether or not to be greedy. We humans have a choice. But cats don't have that choice. But cats, they really don't have a choice. One thing I'm doing now is I'm placing the soil on the ground as a means to grow crops. There is a truth that is hard to see. You know, it's sad that people in North Korea are forced to worship their leaders as if the leader was a god. You know, it's easier to indoctrinate someone who is a lot younger than it is to indoctrinate an older person. Here's the real reason why society allows us to be lazy. Here's the real reason why society allows us to be lazy. What if there was a famine? The real reason why society allows us to be lazy, what if there was a famine? Anyways, I know this sounds like I'm going back to early days of the Utopian Community series, but this is on the 3rd floor. As always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Share this with your comrades. Help my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you like my video, like if you like this video, dislike if you disliked it. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and peace out.